The Hawaiians have a saying, Malamaka Aina, take care of the land so that the land can take care of you. Hawaiians believe the land is a source of living, and when we protect the innocent, the earth, we honor the value of human life. We live a Pono life, restoring balance in the world.
My name is Sharona. I'm a 20-year-old Nigerian and Israeli activist and the co-founder of the global grassroots movement Tuesdays for Trash. But really, I'm just a person on earth who cares about having a future and is doing something to ensure it. If everyone realized how severe this crisis was, there'd be no question about taking action and calling it for what it is, which is an emergency that we're facing. When my family moved to America, we weren't well off, and so I would often try to be more sustainable, like making sure that I kept my backpack for multiple years because we wouldn't be able to afford to buy a new one, or just reusing things as much as possible because I wasn't sure we could afford to get another thing. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that sustainability is something that everyone can do, and we realize is the only way that we're going to be able to survive on this planet. There wasn't a lot of volunteer activities during the pandemic, and so we just decided, hey, what's a really safe and responsible way that we can give back to the community and spend time together? And it was going out and picking up trash in our local community park blocks. And so we did that, and we loved it, and it felt so fulfilling. So many people around us were thanking us, and we're like, this is so cool. Why don't we keep doing this and just keep making an impact? And we realized, why doesn't everyone around the world do this? Tuesdays for Trash was co-founded with one of my really good friends, Wanda McNeely, and we started just an Instagram page about it, showing people picking up trash, and it kind of skyrocketed from there.
It's Tuesday, we're out here with our friends, picking up trash through the rain. The rain's not stopping us, that's why we're out here. The rain's honestly a blessing.
One person going out and picking up trash turns into 2 people going out and picking up trash, to 3 and 4, because you see the trash, you want to get involved, and you tell your community about it, and it turns into a collective action.
And it's been absolutely incredible to see over 20 countries involved weekly picking up trash in their local environment.
It started off as just her and I, and it's turned into people in countries around the world. Plastic is really difficult to dispose of properly. It lasts for 450 years at the very least. Every piece of plastic ever made still exists today, and so by putting the pressure on corporations to be responsible for what happens to it at the end of the day, it'll make them more aware of the problem, and it'll also hopefully convince them to switch to better materials so that they're not creating this pollution problem.
Senate Bill 14 is a bill on plastic stewardship in Oregon that is trying to get producers and corporations to think about the end of life of their products. So making sure that it's actually recyclable, and maybe even considering switching to more sustainable materials so that it doesn't end up in the landfill and polluting our oceans. As you know, we're currently facing an ecological crisis, and waiting for change isn't an option. Study Hall is where a lot of the bills and legislation, whether it's climate related or not, gets passed. And I believe that that's the only way we're going to tackle this crisis, is if we're passing bills, climate policy specific, and making sure that the corporations have laws in place keeping us from polluting our planet. And what I hope to see with Senate Bill 14 is that not only are producers taking responsibility for their products, but they're also thinking about how they can be more sustainable as well. My goal one day is to be in an office where I can be a part of the climate legislation that we need to see happen in the future, because I know how important it is for corporations and consumers to have laws in place that keep us from polluting our earth. And I know that there are not a lot of people like me, BIPOC youth, who are having their voices heard, and it's time that we had a seat at the table. It's so easy for people to ignore this crisis because it's not directly affecting you or your home, but I think what people need to realize is that we can't have collective action without individual action. And so if you're not putting pressure on your politicians or these corporations to change their actions, then it's not going to change anything at all. And you might think, well, trash is gross, why is it my responsibility to pick this up? But I think that kind of goes to show people's view on the climate crisis. Someone else is going to take care of it, someone else is going to do it. But it's you. You're part of this planet. This is your home, and it's your community. And even though it's not your trash, who wants to see trash in their home?
My name is Sharona. I'm a climate change maker, and to me that means someone who realizes the role she plays in the climate crisis and is doing something to affect positive change.